Recently, I made the statement that Runelite has about 12 to 24 months remaining before Jagex completely cuts Java out of the picture and C++ becomes the only way to play old school RuneScape. And I've received some feedback from people saying that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I'm just going to go into detail in this video explaining how I've come to that conclusion, what I believe, what I've been told, and all the research I've kind of gone through to get us to this conclusion. And hopefully I will bring a few people on board, if not at least prepare you for what's going to be happening in the future of RuneScape, because it's been stated, and I'm here to just let you motherfuckers know. Starting off, we have 5 main clients that are used for RuneScape, not including the mobile client. You have Runelite, which is the most popular old school RuneScape client. You've got OS Buddy, which is the client people used to use before Runelite, except OS Buddy wants to still charge people to use it because they're just, I don't know, scumbags. You've got HGOS, which, while unapproved by Jagex and not technically safe to use, people still use it quite a bit. It does look the best. It does look really fucking good. I won't be using it, however, because if for whatever reason they start handing out bans because the client isn't allowed, well, then I'm not going to be in that little puddle of shit people will be putting themselves into. If Jagex hasn't approved it, as a streamer and content creator, you kind of have to not use that fucking client. You've also got the vanilla client, which is used by about, I think, 15 to 20% of the RuneScape player base still. That's the one you can get on the website. You just play it. It looks good. It's just like the standard Java client you've been able to use since day one of RuneScape. That's just evolved as the game's progressed. And finally, you have the blue light client, which is like a Runelite client, except with all your illegal, cheap, piece of shit plugins. Basically, anyone who uses this client is a fucking rat and can't do theater of blood appropriately, which is going to be great when they completely scrap this thing. So people get banned for using blue light. It's happened numerous times on Twitch, and it's going to continue happening because, well, you've got plugins there that you're not allowed to use, and if Jagex says that they're bannable, then it's a fucking cheat client and you're a piece of shit. Those are the 5 main clients, Runelite being the most popular with about 70% of the player base using it. And my prediction is, while unprofessional and unsolicited, about 12 to 24 months before, if not they're all faded out as Java, we at least get an official announcement of a time of when Jagex says all these clients are going to be obsolete. You have to now use the C++ clients, which, before you get your fucking knickers in a twist, is a really good thing for the fucking game. Like I said, that is just a prediction that I feel like the way the game is progressing is where we're going to be at. We will either have Java removed, or we will get at least, say, a 6-month timestamp to say Runelite's got 6 months before you can't use it anymore. The reason I have come to this conclusion is, well, one, some of you may not be aware that the developer of Runelite, the lead guy or whatever he fucking does at Runelite, is actually working with Jagex to develop this new C++ client with Runelite's integration, so that way people can have the best of both worlds. They can have an improved client that runs more stable at a better FPS that can't be botted, and also all the quality of life improvements from Runelite, which we might lose a few of the good ones, but we're definitely going to be keeping the majority of the plugins that we're going to need. For example, all the plugins that are already on the Steam client are fucking great, and they're exactly like they are on Runelite, except better. They've been refined, they look a lot better, they're more neat, and they've done a really good job at moving that over, and it's been happening a lot lately. I think we've had 2 updates in about 5 weeks, and I would say a fair share of the basic plugins are already imported over. We can expect plugins like the Quest Helper and maybe even the Clue Scroll Solver to not be added to this client, because while the Quest Helper it's fucking broken, I don't see them adding that. It would completely defeat the purpose of having just quests in the game, and same goes for the Clue Scrolls. While a lot of people are upset because now they won't be able to efficiently do their clue scrolls, 1, fuck you, and 2, there's a fucking wiki. Just go back to the way we used to do it back in the day. Go to the wiki, find what the clue is, and go do that. And it also puts your boy Slayer Music back on the market. He gets his fucking job back. You'll start using his quest cards again. He can start making fucking videos again. It's a win-win for him and his fucking fans. As a content creator and someone who's personally, you know, done a bit of LMSing with Slayer Music back in the day, it was an interesting video. Make sure you go check that out. That was good fun, you know, and he's actually a pretty good guy. His content, while my quest cards are obviously the best on the fucking market, he does his best, and a lot of people do look up to him as a quest creator, so that's a fucking win in his book. Support your fucking boy. Don't worry about the Quest Helper. I know, trust me, I've done quests with the Quest Helper, and it gets my fucking dick hard every time, but I'm not going to be crying because it's gone. One thing Jagex is going to have to overcome is avoiding the dogmatic, narrow-minded view of the 2007 Scape Reddit forum, because they're going to cry about fucking everything, and we know it. Jagex is notorious for giving in to people on Reddit for being fucking pussies. They just have to let them know and go, hey look, Quest Helper's not fucking happening, and I'm sure people like Mod Ash will put his fucking foot down and say, no, fuck you. So if that all goes smoothly, we're going to be looking fucking good. Now, you might be wondering, why the fuck would they get rid of Java? It makes no sense. That means Runelite's gone. As I stated, the new client is going to be, if not like Runelite, even better. And Java clients are the main source of your botting, especially when Runelite was open source. It's not anymore. Someone tried to tell me Runelite's open source, and from a marketing point of view, that's great for Runelite. He's got brain damage. It's bad, okay? Java clients are bad because everything is botted through a Java client. C++, I believe, is a lot harder. I don't know if there's a better way to say it other than just C++. We're just going to say Steam client as an abbreviation from here on out. So the Steam client, I believe, is harder to bot. I think it's harder to code as well. I'm not sure, because Java's been around longer, it's a lot easier to just copy and paste. I don't really know the science behind it, but from what I've seen and been told, that the Steam client is the way to go in terms of preventing botting, which is great for the economy, because obviously the majority of the player base cares so much about their fucking money in this game and their GP. The economy is going to get a lot better when there's a lot less bots. I don't see why this is a fucking loss. If they can control the amount of bots in the game heavily, we're going to be looking really good. We might run a shortage on, you know, fire runes and willow logs, but I'm sure we'll fucking survive. On top of that, like I stated, the plugins coming over to the Steam client are going to be of better quality. It's just going to perform better. The client already does perform better than any other RuneScape client. It just does. It's the way it's programmed. It's such a smooth fucking frame rate. What I would really like to see is HDOS. I need to make sure I'm not saying OSHD, because they were the retards that were hacking people. HDOS is a completely different group of people. They've got a great Discord, by the way. I would really like to see if they can be implemented with Jagex as well to turn the Steam client into the HD variant that we all, I guess, want. It's weird because a lot of people don't want RuneScape to turn into RS3, yet desire the RS3 graphics. So it's an interesting grey area for the community, but provided it's accepted and gets the majority win on the poll vote, I'd love to see HDOS pull some fucking weight and get into the C++ market, or the Steam client market. My apologies. One more question you're probably asking yourself is, how the fuck I know all this information and where I get off making this video? And the answer is simple. Fuck you, asshole. But also, I've been watching a lot of podcasts. A lot of the RuneScape podcasts on Twitch, the fucking OSRS, when the mods are on there, they've mentioned it a few times, and it was also brought up quite a bit with was it Mod Matt K? The guy, he doesn't work there anymore. The guy, I think he was banning people because they were making fun of that chick who faked cancer. That guy, he was on the podcast with Rice Cup and whoever else he does that podcast with on YouTube, and they were talking about it, and he legitimately explained that is the game plan. That's the plan for Jagex, and that's the move forward. I've also got numerous very, very reliable resources that have been able to fill me in with this information and confirm it for me. I've asked a lot of questions, I've done the right amount of research, and I'm confident this is the way that the game is going to be heading, and it's good for the economy. It's really good. So if you're upset now that your Scythe is worth 400 mil, don't worry. It'll probably maintain that value, and you're still fucking shit at the game. Fuck you. To wrap up this video, in summary, that's about as much information as I technically can give out for now. But I'll be doing more videos on this information as well as a video on the Blue Light client, because they've got a Discord full of fucking retards. I don't know what's going on in there, but yeah, I don't want to go back to that fucking place. They're a strange bunch of fucking people. And on top of that, my 12 to 24 month kind of time gap I've given there for when Java clients might be bred out is purely a speculation off of the way the game's progressing and what I've just kind of calculated in my mind. It's nothing official. It's purely a prediction. I haven't been given anything from anyone at Jagex yet as of on that information, but I'm talking to a few people, and I'm trying to get involved with that as much as possible, just to be able to give out as much information as I can without breaking the bank on their end. So expect more updates in the near future. And for those who obviously are brain dead enough to call me retarded and not know what I'm talking about, I'll accept your apology in any written format. I'm happy to give out golden plate bodies to anyone who becomes a channel member. Hitting that join button down below next to the sub button, there's a juicy boy for access to other videos, especially this video early before it was released. You would have got about 3 days of extra content. And not only that, don't forget to leave a fat fucking like, drop a sub if you haven't, and most importantly, suck a fucking fat one. See you later, cunt.